Coach Wood, tell us about last Friday's game at Idalou.
Well, it was a great way to start the season. You know, anytime you can go play a game like that at Idalou's field and come away with a victory, you certainly had to feel good. And plus, you know, when you come into a new program and you're trying to sell the kids on hard work and new schemes and all those things that you have to do as a new coaching staff, it certainly does help to put a win right on top of it instead of a loss and having to try to build on that. It's just a good start. Kids played great. I thought we got off to a great fast start with that second play touchdown. You know, I think when you can do that, it takes some nerves away. And I thought we relaxed and played really well from that point on.
So talk to us about second quarter. That got a little slow.
Second half, yeah. Well, when they came, we'd talked about it at halftime. They came out and drove the ball for about 6 minutes, and so then I wanted to return the favor. So we stayed on the ground and we're just trying to run the clock. I mean, when you're up 35-7, you want the clock to run and you want to go home with the W. So I had a guy tell me, you know, you didn't show anything the second half. Well, we'd shown everything the first half, so there wasn't anything in the basket still, but we were just trying to get out of there with the win.
So talk to us about all of the cramping and playing on grass and how that affected the boys.
Well, that's a good question. You know, I think we're in terrific shape. You know, I think that every year I've coached, that first week is the toughest one because you just can't simulate that first game. And we kicked off at 6 o'clock, which was a little bit hotter. There's some humidity involved with being on the grass, and you know, there's no excuses for it. It's reality. I know my son was the one that cramped the worst, and I know he was hydrated and had taken care of his body. So there's just certain things that you can't get past week one.
So let's talk about week two. What are some of the challenges you see coming up?
Well, you know, when you come off a big win like that, you got to get back down to reality, you know, and I think we did that on Monday. You know, it is what it is. It was a win, and you put it underneath your belt and you roll on. I think Levelland is a more dynamic. You know, they've got some real playmakers, and they spread them out and try to get them the football. You know, it's completely different. Idalou a ground and pound ball control offense, and Levelland is not that. They're gonna try to get it out there on the edges and let this Gerber kid try to run in the creases. So they're very dangerous offensively. Put 54 points up the first week against Muleshoe. I mean, that tells you enough. And defensively, you know, they're good as well. They're a blitz scheme. They're bringing the house every play. So we're going to get hit in the mouth a little bit, but we also think we're going to bust some big plays. It's a different challenge, you know, a really good football team, and we're going to go give it our best.
So talk about size. We don't seem to match up on size with those fellas.
Yeah, we never will. You know, when you look at our guys, if we line up our 11 starters offensively, without their uniforms and numbers on, you couldn't pick the lineman. We just, we're very unique in that we just are kind of the same size across the board. You know, Zach Aragon, the running back, I guess he's about the second biggest kid we've got. So every week that's going to be the challenge, is going to be size. So I think our advantage is speed and quickness. So we're just going to try to take advantage of that, and we'll always try to scheme it where we can use that to our advantage.
And nobody's working harder than those kids. Those kids are giving it 110, I feel like.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I think every level. You know, I feel like I was just at junior high practice this morning, and I think from the 7th grade up, our guys are giving a great effort, and I think that's why we won the ball game. I think we played harder than they did, and we executed a little better early, so that, you know, that's always a factor. But when you have a hard-working bunch and they give you everything they've got, you got a chance to win, you know, no matter what the talent level is. But obviously it helps that we got some talent, but the speed and the endurance and their ability to go hard every day, that's the difference in being good and great.
So on a personal note, talk to us about Shallowater. How do you like it here? Well,
it's been good. I think everybody's still waving at me and talking to me. You know, it helps when you win, but I know that's not the factor here. I think everybody's welcomed our family. You know, my kids, I couldn't ask for it to be going any better for my kids. And then Brandy's right down the hall teaching Algebra 2. I can go see her in a 2-minute walk. I mean, it's just the small town atmosphere and the excitement of the football program and the community support with Mr. Football. And Friday night there wasn't a seat in the house. I mean, it's a good place for a football coach to be, and his family.